One message I would just like to give is just never give up. It's not about, where you came from, it's about where you're going.
Dre Greenlaw grew up as one of 13 children in rural Arkansas. The instability and challenges of his family situation led to protective services stepping in.
It was tough times. My mom, she was a single parent, and she made sure that we had food on the table, clothes on the back. But around the age of 10, 11, that's when I first got put in foster care.
What for you was the lowest or the loneliest moment?
It's nothing like being taken away from your family, I love my brothers and sisters to death. So, I constantly thought about them, and, when I got separated from them, it really hurt. And it was just a hard experience, because, it was just a hard experience because I always wondered, why did this happen to me? What did I do wrong? I remember crying some birthdays. It was tough. I just was hoping that, they missed me as much as I missed them.
What is a group home like?
I really hated it. We had to portion our meals out. If you had a bowl of cereal that morning, you had exactly 1 cup of bowl of cereal. And what really sucked is that I would go to practice, and if there was no food left, I had to eat a snack. So when I would come back, I'd eat a snack. And that was all I had till the next morning, so that kind of sucked.
At the age of 13, Dre's life took another dramatic turn when one of his coaches at Fayetteville High School made the decision to help Dre beyond the football field.
I remember that exact day, actually. He just asked me, what am I doing here? What's my name? And I told him my name. He was like, okay, so, what school you go to? I told him I played at Raymond. He was like, where do you stay? He knew nothing about me. He was just, hey, where do you stay, And I was like, I stay in a group home.
Just learning what Dre's story was just made me want to try to be there for him, to give him a father figure. That really is how the relationship started. And then when we learned that they were shutting down the boys' home that he was currently living in and that he was fixing to get moved again, after already having a relationship with him, we felt like we wanted to make him a full-time member of the family and give him some stability.
About a couple weeks later, he asked me, how would I feel about living with him.
We are in the home stretch. We've already talked to him. He knows that he's moving in with us. And then DHS calls and she tells us that I don't think that this is going to be a right fit for you. I don't think that this is a good idea. And I was heartbroken. I called Brian right away and I was crying and I was like, how can we not take a kid that we've already promised this to?
On the verge of changing schools and yet another move to yet another group home, the Department of Human Services finally greenlit the adoption. The Earleys and their 2 young daughters welcomed Dre into their family 2 days before Christmas.
I remember my little sister saying I was the best Christmas present she ever had, so it's pretty sweet.
Tell me about your 2 sisters.
They're crazy. They had a vote on, whether I should come or not. And
yay or nay, should we let him in with us?
Exactly, the oldest one was like, Dre should come live with us. And the youngest one was like, Dre shouldn't come live with us. So,
she gave you the thumbs down?
She gave me the thumbs down. They love me to death and I love them even more.
Where do you think you would be right now if Brian and Nancy Earley had not come into your life?
At the time, they just saw a guy that really just needed help. And when they really looked into my story, they saw a guy that, really just needed a family.
I'm going back to my roots. Another day, another door, another high, another low. Rock bottom, rock bottom, rock bottom. I'm going back to my roots. Another day, another door, another high, another low. Rock bottom, rock bottom, rock bottom. I'm going back to my roots.